Yes. Back again. Back again, baby bubbas. Well, hello and welcome back to Coffee Break with JN. You like my mission commander look tonight? Got the deep blue sea. Deepest, bluest. My head is like a shark's fin. All right, guys, what's going on? Let's see who's in the chat. Sound off, y'all. If you're watching on my, I could actually look. I don't need to do this. If you're watching on my personal Facebook feed, type into the replies. Tell me who you is and what you'd be doing with it. If you're watching us on YouTube, tell us who you are and what you'd be doing with it. I love the angles on this camera. I see a lot of superstars up in this chat tonight. I see a lot of, what do we call you guys? You know what we call you guys. Caffeines, friends and regulars, not decaf. Of Coffee Break with JN. That's right. Let's see who's here. Yo, I see James in the house looking so dapper in his avatar. I see Ronaldo. What's going on, Ronaldo? I see Mizat Waringzigo. What up? I see Nakota. I see Bros. I see Notorious. GRD. I see Big Red in the building. I see, and Duke, you've been reinstated. I see my man Duke in the building. He's going to be okay. No, he wasn't going to make it after a really bad dad joke in the pre-chat. Pause. But he's going to make it because I say so. I will it to be. So it's all good. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Well, hello. Oh, I see E. What up, E? Good to see you. Look at that. He's double fisted it. Pause. He's got two screens. YouTube on the big screen, but commenting on the FB on the phone. I love it. That's right. Patronus level entry. I love it. Patronus. That's right. That's right. We're stating our business. State your business. Duke, YouTuber here. Duke's in the building. Been a Patronus for a little bit now. Gente no dinero. That's right. That means people, not money. I love it. JRD says he's on the tubes of yore, switching back and forth between me and writing a Leon review. Do tell. Very interested. I see Bros. What up, Bros? I see Fletch, you dirty hoe. We haven't done this in a while. When we see Fletch is in the building, he has to get his banner. Because when Fletch was in school, he was known as a no good, dirty gum hustler. You got to say it like Billy D, i.e., Lando Calrissian. What was he, the director of Cloud City or the floor manager of Cloud City? How do you get to become the director of a whole city by like winning a card game? That Lando. You no good, dirty gum hustler. You got a lot of nerves showing your face around here after what you pulled. What up, Fletch? Let's see what else is going on. I'm the director of this facility. I love it. I might have to add that to the JN lexicon. My name is Jamar Nicholas. I'm the director of this facility. That's right. He's the administrator of Cloud City. So is that it? Lando's going up in people's pockets like, I'm out of credit. Sorry. Well, How about the keys to this city? Fine. Throws the like. Is there a fob to turn the city to unlock the city? Boop, boop, boop. Puts his like space fob on the table. Picks up his what's the stupid game they play? I know a couple of people that actually play that. Sabic. Look at us nerding out, right? That's how Han got to Falcon, because Lando plays to win. But then who was Lobot? Lobot's his man. Lobot is his man who holds the sweat rag on his shoulder, or he gets the beatbox started. You always need a Lobot in your crew. Sabak. That's an actual card game now. Like I think they sell Sabak sets. Mr. Lover Man, Sabak. I'm in a good mood tonight, you guys. I feel like our attendance is up. Pause. Is Lobot the guy with the ice cream maker? What does that mean? He's the dude in Empire Strikes Back with the Dr. Dre Beats headphones across the back of his head, and he doesn't speak. That's right. Lobot is Lando's man Friday. Right. Lobot is the bald dude with the headphones around the back of his head. Paul Pate, what up, Paul Pate? Paul Pate says, JN, this is my effort to contribute. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, cartoonist at the height of his powers. This is not my final form, Paul Pate. You got to look through your scouter. I may be over power level over 9,000, but this is not my final form. More to come. Thank you. It's good to see you. Well, what have we here? Leia. It's a shame that we got to talk about Lando. Like, there ain't no other black dudes in space. Come on, y'all. JRD says, wait a minute, Frost says, there's a guy in Cloud City that runs away holding an ice cream maker. Did he get an action figure? somebody has to take a screenshot of that and send it to me. I'm sure there's a GIF somewhere. What? Ronaldo says there's actually have a running of the ice cream makers every year at Disney. How come I don't know anything about this dude? Joe says, so Super Saiyan Leon form? No, yeah, I'm not even there yet, bro. Guys, there's been a lot of JN around lately. A lot of JN. If you just hold on, you know what, Duke? I should never have said anything about the title of the next book because y'all are spinning this dial a little too hard in the chat. We got a while to figure that out. All right, but I appreciate the energy. Not enough JN. I'm sure there are people who are like, ugh, enough with this dude. Ugh, I'd rather catch up on my Kim Kardashian news. Enough of Jamar. Who is this dude? What has he done? Who is he? What has he done really? For real, for real. FR. I've done plenty. Thank you very much. As also, I am the director of this facility, of the administrator of Cloud City. This was at an old, it was like a comic, I think it was a Baltimore Comic Con years ago. Somebody brought their kid to the con. No, it must have been New York. I can't remember. He was the tiniest Lando Calrissian. It was amazing. They put this like this wig on this kid, and they drew a beard on him. Did he have no? No, he had a big mustache, and he had the whole outfit on. But it was just like he was swimming in it. He was so big. All right. Oh, I didn't even hear it. I'll look later. And I was like, little Lando in the building. He's like, I'm the administrator of this convention. All right, let's see. Let's talk about Leon. You love you some baby cosplay? That is great. Um, so we started off talking about dad jokes. This is in the pre-chat. We don't have to go back into dad jokes. But this was interesting where hold on Tim, I see you. I'm gonna get to that. It just fell out of my head. All right, I'm gonna go to you, Tim. Tim says, "Did you know?" What up, Tim Fielder? Tim Fielder snuck in. Tim Fielder says, "Did you know there was a black woman character in the original Empire Strikes Back storyline? And what role?" That's interesting. uh, Paul Pate says, "There's so much JN. They're going to come out Real Housewives of Jamar Nicholas. They might try to investigate me. I don't know. That sounds kind of spicy." We'll have so there. What would the housewives be? There would be. First off, does anybody in this chat will admit that they watch reality TV shows? I think we gotta. I gotta go in it. That might be our ones and twos of the night for the first part. The administrative, really one of the administrators of Cloud City. Um, we're going to start off with an early ones and twos just to kind of get the ball rolling here. Um, If you're new to Coffee Break with JN, the ones twos are when you, yes, you, dear viewer, get to hang out and be a part of the show. This is where you get to key in maybe a number one key or a number two key, depending on what we do. And then maybe there's a three key, and then we get to talk about the results. So the first ones and twos of the night, will you admit, dear, you guys aren't, not all of your Patronuses, dear Caffeine, that you watch reality television? Put a one in the chat if you watch reality TV in any shape or form. And put a two if you're like hell to the nizzaw, or put a three if you had a dalliance and you stopped. Like you kind of like had enough and you went cold turkey. So let's see those ones and twos. So one is you watch reality television, two is you do not, sir. And three is you had a moment, but you put it down. And then after that, we got to talk about your favorites. Okay, I call Shogun one of the newest caffeines. Good to see you back in the building. That's a one. I see a lot of ones. Fletch admits a one. Ronaldo a one. I love train wreck, says Dakota. Duke is very specific. One, but only Great British Baking Show. Oh, and the Masked Singer. You like the Masked Singer? There's no wrong answers tonight, you guys. JRD says one cooking shows documentaries. James with a two, not my thing, y'all. Did you watch any of them? Like, did you watch Real World back in the day, or I won't count game shows as reality shows. Like Survivor is kind of probably like the first hybrid reality game show, but I won't count those. Like Big Brother isn't a reality show, even though it should because it's a game. Paul Pate says, I watched the first season of The Bachelor. Got upset when the guy had to pick one out of the last three. Haven't gone back to reality. Who hurt you, Paul Pate? Yeah, it's just something really, I don't know. I never got into The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. It just seemed like, I don't know. It's a good way to get scabies. So Paul got his feelings hurt, and then you said three. I got you. Matt says tried Survivor for a couple seasons, but reality TV makes me queasy. E says one, all cooking shows. Okay. Matt says I don't count British Baking Show because the people are nice to each other. I think they did some sort of like hyper reunion, but I don't know. That was so long ago. Actually, you know what? I know the Real World was probably like the first reality show, but I kind of don't count the Real World as the first. Even though it should be, I think the Osbournes was really the first in a way because it was so like I don't know cooked in a way that I think, people are kind of primed into watching reality shows like that. Ronaldo says, Survivor, MTV's The Challenge, and Jersey Shore is a guilty pleasure. I love it. Oh, Joe, you watch what is those British dudes who drive Top Gear? Do you watch that? Jared D says, I did watch a season of Survivor back in the 99. I think 2000 was the first season. With my man Richard Garfield and Susan Hack. Jeff! Jeff! Garfield doesn't have any pants on. No, Richard Hatch. That was a Richard Hatch because we had the same name as my man from Battlestar Galactica. Richard Hatch doesn't have any pants on, Jeff. But I could tell they were all either scripted or nudged. Yeah, that's a good way, nudged. It'd be great. Go out there and whisper in Richard's ear that, somebody ate his bugs. What? It was so yeah, it's nudge TV. I like it. Duke says, I love it when someone is struggling and the other contestants help them out. Here, let me help you with your fondant, your drizzle. Pause. Oh, and Top Chef. Oh, look at that. Big Joseph Simmons Family Jewels. You like hanging out with Rev Run? I love it. Top Gear, Restoration Garage, Pawn Stars with your man Chumley. Was it his name? Was that his name? Chumley? Like Tennessee Tuxedo? EJB, what up, EJB? Hey, let's do our first sip of the night for EJB. Guys, get your sippers up. Get your sippers up, y'all. We're going in. Refreshing. Yeah, this is fun. Jardy says, it all reminds me of Sam Kinnison's routine about feed the children. Oh, they don't make him like Sam Kinison anymore. I think that he would totally be canceled if he was still around, or if he started that act now. Um, I remember it was a very specific time in the timeline when I had talked about this on a coffee break for the past about everybody knows I'm a big video game fan. I was, dare I say, a retro game enthusiast. I wouldn't even say I'm a gamer anymore because, like, I'm not like Wazi macro micro headshot headshot. Remember that? Remember those videos? Oh, I can't remember those dudes. It was like the one black dude who who thought he was playing. What's his name? Was FPS Doug. FPS Doug and the Command and Conquer dude. It was always like this. Oh man, some of those videos were amazing. That's like early internet. Um, but I remember going. I read in uh, my rags. I was all up on the video game info and news. This is really before the internet was popping. People still read like Electronic Games Monthly or PSM, which was a good magazine. Also, if this is for any of you PlayStation marks out there, PSM magazine, PlayStation monthly or PlayStation magazine, whatever. During the first couple of years of it, they would commission comic book artists to do their covers. So if you're into like the stuff of that time, there was I think Ringo did a couple of those PSM covers. They're fantastic. I know Art Adams did a couple. Joe Mad did one, and there was a pull-out uh, a pull-out poster with Resident Evil on it, and I kept that for a long time. And one of these magazines did a little. It was like a little thumbnail screenshot of Grand Theft Auto. That was the original one where it was all top down. It looked like micro machines and all that. And they were like, "You're not gonna believe this. There's a game where you can carjack people and sell drugs." And I was like, "Oh, word." And I remember telling people about, I was like, "Yo, they're gonna have this game. You can carjack people." And it was like, "No, it isn't." Ooh, 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 ooh. El Jamal coming in from the Great White North. Go read Leon, eh? Hoser. Glad to see you. You made it. You made it up north. That's right. Go read Leon. You know what to do. Um, and I remember telling people, I'm like, bro, this is this. Luckily, the game did get canceled. It actually came out. I was like, bro, this is going to happen. And they were like, whatever. And then Grand Theft Auto came out. And the first game had its fans. It had a really big mod community for like the people that played it on PC. They made new storylines and they would make new cars and make the weather change and all kind of stuff. That was like the mod scene was crazy, like back when people were modding Doom and that kind of stuff. And then when Grand Theft Auto 2 came out for the PlayStation 2, no, wait, no, Grand Theft Auto 3, because 2 came out on PlayStation already, and then the London pack. When Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, people were like, "Oh my god, have you heard of this game?" I'm like, "Bro, we were on our like, horn rimmed glasses, Weezer stuff. I was into Grand Theft Auto before it was cool." So when Survivor was getting talked about, I had that same thing. It was like, yo, there's going to be this show coming out next year with these. It's a game show, but these contestants are going to be on an island and they have to like survive on the island for a month. And whoever wins gets $1 million. And people are like, no, it isn't. Y'all heard it here first. How many times do I have to tell y'all? The creamy nougat pause of Jamar Nicholas is wrapped in truth, right? You got to believe. Gotta believe. That's my also Parappa the Rapper. I remember I went into Funko Land. Funko Land, y'all. And I was like, yeah, can I get that copy of Parappa the Rapper? The kid in the Funko Land was like, what? I was like, the game about the with the rapping dog. What? I said, behind you, that one. And he was like, oh, okay, here. I don't even know what that is. What I gotta tell y'all. All right, what am I missing in the chat? Everybody, welcoming El Jamal to the chat. Hello. He says, "Yo, dropping in, but you're not staying." Sounds like. You know what I always thought? I thought, and maybe I know they made really bad Dukes of Hazard games. You can look them up on YouTube. It's like the CG is it's abysmal. I always thought somebody should make a Smokey and the Bandit game, but it's like pop culture is going way too far. Nobody would care now. It would be like shovelware. But I thought, wouldn't it be cool to drive the Firebird Trans Am and and have to like outwit the cops, and got to get that Coors Light across the Texarkana border. 10-4, good buddy. That's right. Kick, punch. It's all in the mind. Jump, kick, block. Kick, punch. Huh. Yeah, see, y'all know. Y'all with me. I love it. Yo, y'all talk about Tim Hortons in the chat? Yo, sip of coffee for old school Tim Hortons. If a lot of people don't know, Tim Hortons is like the Dunkin' Donuts of Canada, but they're starting to infiltrate over here. I've seen Tim Hortons in the States. And JRD is saying that I think McDonald's bought Tim Hortons out. Maybe that's why you're seeing them now. And that's where you could get Timbits. Timbits are like Dunkin' Donuts munchkins, like donut holes. And we had a friend named Tim, and we bought him some Timbits back. He enjoyed them. EJB says, I like the funky airbrush covers on those old GamePro magazines. Oh, yeah, and they're all kind of like a little not on model, which kind of made it felt like it was on the back of a van. I did love that stuff. Bros says there was a Starsky and Hutch game. I think I have that. Player one drove, player two shot their gun. That sounds just like Starsky and Hutch. Put the cherry on top, lean out the window, and shoot perps. Urban Gary shirt perps. Starsky and Hutch shirt perps. So, all right, we was talking about I didn't talk about my reality show favorites. Burger King bought the rights to Tim Hortons and changed it to Burger King Coffee, which is worse than Starbucks. McDonald's bought the TH Roasters, so now all of McDonald's. Come on, man, it's too late at night. It's 9:30, bro. I can't read that. I need more coffee. Go ahead, hit the button. It was like, fam, let's wrap that up. Caitlin, what up, Caitlin? Late, but I'm here now. Congrats on the release, Jamar. Thank you so much. Arigato gozaimasu. Appreciate you. So yeah, let's talk about that real quick, and then I'll do an ID. Guys, if you're living under a rock, what I've been talking about on this channel for months was that Leon the Extraordinary is in the world. I said weeks ago, the world changes after 10-4, good buddy. And you know what? The response has been great. The buzz has been great. I got fan mail already, you guys. I got the most heartwarming. It's not like a physical letter, like an email from this kid's mother who said they got Leon at their school book fair, brought it home, and would not put the book down for 5 hours and read the whole thing, and then was just like, "This is fantastic. Where has this been?" Angel, what up, Angel? I'm here. Let's party. Get them sippers up. I'll give you a sip of my man. You guys see my man, Big Angels in the house? Come on, man. Get those sippers up. Get them sippers up. Sip of coffee for my man, Angel. Good to see you, my man. What's new? Let's party. I love that. Big Joe says just in time to give copies out at Halloween for the really cool trick or treaters. Not every yo, that's like a full size candy bar giving out a full blown graphic novel, 272 pages worth. They better be the good kids on the block, not the new kids. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, for supporting the push to get Leon out into the world. If you have your copies yet, I'm gonna put y'all at the spot. If you have gotten a copy of Leon the Extraordinary, put a one in the chat. If you have not, but you're planning on it real soon, or it didn't show up, or it got destroyed in the Amazon shipping, put a two in the chat. And if you are planning on going back and getting more, put a three in the chat. Love to see these answers. Let's talk about it. Oh, hold on, Jared. I got to star that. We got to talk about that. I see Duke got one. I see Matt got one. I see Dakota got one. Yo, Mem, you got two. You didn't get it yet. What? Come on, Mem. Help me out. That's right. Double buttered popcorn. I love it. I've been waiting so long for everybody to read this book and start throwing in Leonisms into the world. There's so many little gems in there, little jewels. Ronaldo was like, "Oh man, I wanted a Reese's and all I got was this Leon book." Jared D copped it twice, copped the CD twice. You get the album, single, CD, and tape. Matt says ours got destroyed, but we got a replacement already. I thank you. Yo, Deuce going back in. Pause. Angel, you ain't get yours yet, bro. Come on, bro. What I gotta do? Ronaldo with it hard. Pause. Got 3 copies. Well, thank you. I call Shogun one. Paul Pate, what are you doing, Paul Pate? Don't hurt me. Duke says, I pre-ordered a signed personalized hardcover. Oh, okay, cool. Um, so I guess I'll be taking care of that soon. I have some travel coming up. That I'll probably getting that taken care of. Okay, thank you so much. Caitlin with a two. You want to cop it? Marshall, what up? Going to cop it with a two? Big Joe says, "Will Captain Blue Hen bust it or be for buying from an outside vendor? Gots to be more careful." That's right. Make good choices. That's what bus driver Jay tells Leon. Make good choices. E with a two, but it should be waiting for me next time I get to my comic shop. That's great to hear because also beyond all of the book outlets, the comic book shops should have it too. It's in the previews catalog. Scholastic Graphics has a prominent space in the previews catalog. You have no excuse if you go to get your pulls. Pause. Put Leon in there. JRD says the pistachio muffins cupcakes crack me up. Don't give away the gag, but yes, Leon does have a favorite uh, uh, flavor of dessert, and it usually has to do with chocolate and or pistachio. That's right. But I don't know. It wasn't me. It may have been somebody that looked like me. James says one and three. Got to get one for my second cousin. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. Nakota says, I love the muffins with frosting. They were muffins that reached the full potential, their final form. Right? Because isn't that what you really wanted on a muffin? Like you really want a cupcake, but let's muffinize it. I know you're gonna cop that, bro. I got you. I love it. Oh, hold on, I'm just reading all these. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Leon, Max Meow, Captain Underpants, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Are you giving all those out at Halloween? That's crazy. Sure. So if any of you guys are going to be at Baltimore Comic Con and you already bought a copy, bring it down. Of course, I'll sign it. Come on. And I don't want this to feel like the shill hour, but I'm so excited you guys have it in your hands. Pause. And like again, a lot of the reception I'm getting is really fantastic. People are like falling in love with the book, and that's all I ever wanted. I think what makes this even a little harder. No pause. I got to get through this. Is I'm surrounded by cartoonists. Almost my whole circle of people around me are professional cartoonists. And it means a lot when you can wade through all of the stuff you're around. There's people here who worked in comic shops, own comic shops, have sketchbooks full of the most magnificent illustrators on the planet. But you're connecting to this in a different way, and that's special. That means that I'm doing something right. So that's a huge compliment to me. So thank you so much. Ronaldo says, "Going to have to get some more at Baltimore. Going to have big fun with the wretched in Baltimore." Thank you so much. Dakota says, "Kidlet Jr. seems to see a lot of himself in Leon and just glommed onto that kid so hard. It's beautiful." Thank you, Dakota. It touches my heart. There was there's some spice here from JRD. This is interesting. JN, is Leon the only graphic novel featuring a young black hero protagonist? I can't think of any other. Um, I won't say it's the only one, but I have to say there's not a lot. Um, and to that, I can't say there's none else because you can maybe flip that and go, oh well, what about the Miles Morales Marvel Scholastic books? Does that count? Or you know, I don't know. Those are like some sort of like thing in between there. But it's a real short list. I know there's a couple of like boy hero, black boy hero books, but there might be chapter books. There may be prose books. There may be like that hybrid, like I did at Tokyo Pop, where it's prose and then comic pages. But I don't know if there's just like a full blown black hero kid boy graphic novel series also. So let's put that feather on our caps, y'all. That's real, and I'm glad you brought that up. We can talk about it. I think it's really interesting. Um, Big Joe says, "Hey, connecting the kids to get them to enjoy reading is a win. That's right. In any book, as per myself and fellow educators. Yo, don't forget. Let's do a tip of the bucket for my man Andy Runton. Owly is always chef's kiss. Put some Owly in that pile too. Thank you, Tim Fielder. Without a doubt, the only one, if not the first, from a major Big Five. Hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. But thank you for recognizing that. I mean, that's something that I'm not running around tooting my horn, pause. But one, a really great thing, because this isn't like the me show as much as it really is the me show, is I wanna give another tip of the bucket to being in a space now where this stuff can exist, right? To there's a hashtag Black Boy Joy, that there's enough of a movement out there that you can get this kind of book in people's hands and see like not struggle chronicles or see just kids being kids without some weird thing attached to it. I'm down with that. And if Leon could be at the front of that or even towards the front, that's what it's all about. And I never started this off to check off a box like that. And if you guys have hung around me long enough, Leon's been around for a minute. He might be almost 20 years old. It was time, right? And I think that has to be recognized. All right, Angel. JRD says, JN, I will send you my review before I post it because I start by talking about the fact that Leon is following a direct line from the events of the 60s, giving children of color hope. Wow, that's big, JRD. Thanks. I mean, that wasn't, I wasn't looking at timetables and like flow charts and stuff, but all right, I'm with you on that. Big Joe says, when will you be on Book TV or Good Morning America? And let's see what's going on your neck of the woods. I don't know. Who knows? The years is getting old, but it's still young. Who knows? I'll let you know if and when that happens. Duke says representation matters. The fact that any kid can relate to Leon is something that's going to make this character hit it big. Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot to me, and I've said it in my interviews a million times. My goal from the beginning of my career is I just want people to read my stuff, and it's a win to me when everybody can access it. Thank you for that. And even from the Patronuses and some of the caffeines, I've gotten some really nice reports back, and not to say surprise, 'cause I remember this is funny. Back when I did Protector of the Playground, and I was like, I was in them streets trying to make this stuff work. And I remember there was somebody, it was kind of like, it might have been like a stuffy old lady that wound up with my book, or we were at a thing and somebody handed her the book and she read through it, or she bought it like a pity purchase. Y'all know about pity purchases, my self publishers out there. So, okay, fine, I'll just sign it. And then they come back and go, you know what? This was actually good, which is the most backhanded slap you could give anybody. It's like, thank you, question mark. And also, how dare you? You know what I mean? But I think that says something about, I've said this a million times, and I want it to kind of go down smoothly. Pause. But I think there's something real about, and somebody said it in the chat the other night about supporting your own, right? Support your friends' business more than you support people you don't even know. There's something about being disconnected from something that makes something more real than somebody that you can touch and smell and be next to eating hot wings, right? For you guys to know me in whatever category you know me, not religiously, but you know, since I've been in this business, I've been trying to go one direction, and here we are going that direction. So I hope no one's surprised. That's all I'm gonna say. James says, I noticed your Amazon picture is you and the boy cosplaying as Leon. Yeah, I mean, is there nothing better than that? It's fantastic. And it's kind of like it's one picture which is like the essence of what I'm here for, you know? Oh, bonjour, Christophe. Yo, thank you, brother. Merci. My French is horrible. Merci beaucoup. Angel says, yo, just looked on Amazon, sold out. Gotta go to Barnes and Noble. What? Amazon ain't sold out of Leon. Now I gotta go. So you triggered me. You mean the old John or the new John? You gotta cop Leon the Extraordinary. See, now y'all got me on this paper chase. Yeah, make sure you picking up the right one, man. I think they're still there. Oh, wait a minute, maybe you're right. No, I think they still have them. Yeah, the blue cover, that's the new joint. The other one's out of print. Into the winds. Yo, Kidlet, what up, Kidlet? Good to see you. Okay, I'll check. Zootalours. Nice, thank you. I gotta go back to Europe. That'd be great. All right, let's do an ID, you guys. Yeah, also there's hardcovers and soft covers. We're not going to talk about this all night, you guys, but I'm so excited. This is what it's all about. Let's do an ID, you guys. You're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. Thank, thank you. Um, you guys. Okay, cool. You're watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN, Philadelphia's favorite son, and I go by many names, you guys. If you're new to Coffee Break, you'll be maybe a little astonished at the catalog is long. Pause. That's right. Tell them it's my week, and we'll talk about Leah all we want up in this Major Falcon. Why no super? That's Sue's poses for Coffee Break. It's not for the book jacket. Um, some people have been calling me. I didn't make this up. Some people call me Captain Scholastic. Well, hello. Somebody called me on the hard cover on the hardcover, called me Captain Book Flap. It's a little clunky, but I like it. Um, Johnny Five. Johnny Five, how do you feel? I feel alive. That's right. Sue's poses are deluxe edition only. And also, Jean-Luc Picard, the captain of this ship, engage. What happens here? Well, you get to hang out with my caffeines. You know who you are, caffeines. The friends and regulars, not decaf, of Coffee Break with JN. Because where's Sue's at? Matt, where's Sue's? Because as you all know, there's no decaf up in this Major Falcon, this Mickey Ficky, this Humpty Dumpty. You get to hang out with me and the caffeines and watch me drink coffee and run my mouth. And when I'm out of coffee, where's Trey? Somebody wake up Hicks. Well, hold on. Thank you. All right, guys, what's going on here? Okay, I feel you, Matt. I would be remiss. I like summoned Sue's like a sorcerer. You guys get your elbows ready. Look at that. Get your elbows ready. You know what's about to happen, y'all. Are we dipping or are we hipping tonight? Look at that. Do you feel that love, Suze? Are we dipping or hipping? You gotta tell me fast. All right, here we go. You ready? Get those elbows ready. I put my hand upon your hip. We're hopping. I put my hand upon your hip. Then I dip, you dip, we dip. Sue's pose. Yo, that was amazing. That was amazing. Oh yeah, Tim, thank you. You like that, Crystal? Tim says, "Don't forget about Leon Tober, dude." Yes, thank you so much. I'm so bad at I can talk a lot, but sometimes I forget to promote my own stuff. Well, let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll put it on the screen. And I'm also notoriously behind on my own campaign. What else is new? All right, you guys. For all you artistes out there, October is the month of tobering. That's like my man Tim Rogers. Hello and welcome to video games. Pac-Man. What does he say? We've come a long way since Pac-Man. Flex like, yo, my stream did freeze. No, that was me, man. I was so cold. You thought I froze. I was like wrinkling time. Um, this is the month of tobering, of tobers, to tober, to be of tober, to have tobered. That's the past tober tense. Wow, you know what? I did get a little hiccup on my thing. All right, sorry guys. But how perfect was that? Um, so because of the whole like Inktober, like that whole thing in that cartoon just kind of went down in flames. I don't really know about it or nor care to bring it up. Somebody went along and was just like, well, let's make up our own drawing prompts challenge. So the idea is that somebody creates out of the 31 days in October some sort of drawing prompt. So every day you're supposed to follow a prompt and create a work of art. And then you kind of tag it with the hashtag Comictober 2022 or whatever the Tober is. Like my man Rico Renzi, shout out to Rico, made Pouchtober and he did all these like Liefeld pouch things. I did Leon Tober. You believe that? Let me just put it on the screen so you can follow along. So here we go. Leon Tober, Shakes Tober. Come on, Ronaldo. Ronaldo's like, I started 3 Leon Tobers, but didn't finish them because I started working. It's all right, bro. I feel you. It's tough, man. I'm even behind. Pause. Jardis is coming some year in the eventual future. Shakes Tober. I like it. So you get to kind of take these prompts, and they're all kind of attached in some fashion to Leon Extraordinary. So it's good promotion for the book. It's also good brand recognition, and it also makes you get out there and create, y'all. I've seen some fantastic illustrations. Tahid Bandia hooked me up with a marvelous Leon where he's on top of a school bus, looking real smooth. Mike Manley's been knocking out some beautiful Leon drawings. My man John Broglia did a fantastic Leon, and there's more to come. And what I think is really interesting about it is, it's always an honor for somebody to draw your characters. I mean, that's really up there with like cosplaying. But I also look at how people like deal with the character, and I find that so interesting. Like there's things that I haven't thought of everything. I'm just like, oh wow, that's cool. That I might kind of like incorporate in some ways. But even if you're not going to do one, you should pass along Leon Tober. Share it with a friend. Wow, we've been on here an hour, y'all. It's almost an hour. Oh my goodness, I gotta hurry up. JRD says, I do wish I weren't so busy. I would be doing this. Only did one piece of Leon fan art. That's quite all right. Y'all don't have to do any, but I'm so excited you do and have done. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, this is old. This isn't from it, but this is a piece that Manley did. Um, I believe when I was working on the first book. I think this is from Inktober last year. Here, I'm going to pull this down. Pause. What do you guys think of that? Is that cool or what? This is one of my favorites. This is a cool Manly piece he did. I think it was a couple of years ago. No, what happened? I messed up. Hold on, let me bring it back. There it is. I think it's so cool, and it's and anytime Mike uh, blesses me with his work, I think that's the best. Go ahead, Chris. Off, do one. Isn't that great? Thank you. Suzanne's like, coffee check. All right, you done with this segment? All right, I'll take it off the screen. It's coffee check time. Where'd all my branding go? All right, you guys. Since Sue's called for it, if this is your first time watching Coffee Break with JN, this is the point where I can't show you the inside of my mug, but we have a visual representation. Oh, thank you. It means a lot. There's some curvy hands. This is when I pull up the graphic where we do it. Tell them, y'all. Reverse Drake started from the top. Now we here. All right, you guys. Let's play the percent game. How much coffee do I have left in my mug? Just throw the numbers out. 50%, 25%, or less than 25%. I feel like we've been on the precipice of so many cool things. Like a couple of years ago when I started the Patreon, and I was doing car John, where I'd be in my car drinking you know what it is, a Dunkin' Donuts hot latte with oat milk. I'm like, yo, oat milk's the future, y'all. And people were like, nah. But then they're like, yo, JN, oat milk is dope. Told y'all. I think Ronaldo just be setting them up. He just be setting up those alley oops, bro. That's fantastic. All right, what we got? Less than okay. Christoph says less than 20%. Duke says 25. Angel with 33. Patrick Ewing. Let's see what else. Jardine, less than 25. Big Joe, 40. Oat milk latte, tell them. All right, here we go. Are you ready? I need a percentage in between. I think it's less than 20. So all the less than 20ers, you get a gnaw prize. And it's just simple deduction. It's simple deduction. If you just watch me drink this cup of coffee, you'll figure out that I've been drinking it for an hour. So it's gotta go down, pause. All right, you guys. I'm not putting that on the screen, GRD. Good job, Christoph, and welcome to Coffee Break. I don't see you on here enough. That's right, simple deduction. Duh. It's like no duh. Elementary, my dear Nicholas. Hey, anybody that's read Leon or had their kids read Leon, did you find anything in there that was like super funny or like some new words? Like some of my favorite, like I put yeet in there, jet. I love onomatopoeias. Well, jet's not an onomatopoeia. Um, and some people were like, "Oh, yo, this world is rich," and it's like, "Oh, this is so cool." And like Leon's like a real kid, and blah blah blah. So I'll ask real quick if you've read the book. You don't have to act like you have. Tell me if you had a favorite character that wasn't Leon. Tell me about one of the other characters in the book without giving things away. Another favorite in the book. Matt says Susan's obsessed with the nice neighbors muffins. That's very cool. Yeah, that's Miss Crunk. And some of these things carry over from Protector of the Playground, but I think just reading the stuff in a new fashion and a new light under new circumstances make you go, "Oh, oh, oh, right. Oh, right. I forgot. Oh." Like, I don't know. Because I remember I was feeling like, people were like, "Oh, Leon, Leon." I was like, there's other characters in this book. This is not Leon, like, doing a hero pose for 272 pages. Duke says, "I really like Carlos's mom. I didn't have a neighbor friend's mom like that, and I wish I had." Thank you. What I really find great, and there's not a lot of spoilers. There's one super spoiler in the book that you're not spoiling. But one thing that I wanted to get across in the book is that old adage of being raised by a village. And, there were points, kind of like takeaways from my own relationship growing up with my mother, that she worked all the time. And I wound up kind of getting a lot of advice in kind of guardianship from the friends of the family or other people that I knew. So you kind of learn from everybody. And what I wanted Miss Crunk, Carlos's mom, to represent is somebody that could also be there for the kids and not necessarily like, tell them what to do, but just kind of like steer them in a little direction. I love it. Sue says, "I love the way his mama was designed." Oh, thank you. Jared D says, "I was partial to the villain because of one of the characters from my next book also having that same piece of equipment that gave him his name." Pause. I like it. Thank you, Jared D. This is great market research. Jared D says, "I also appreciated how you wrote the relationship between Leon and his mom and how Leon felt in his changing feelings regarding her always working." Yeah, and there's times when people would say, "Oh, it's a kid's book. You got a kid, a kid, give him the kid book." I'm like, "You read it." I want to always deliver work that kind of works in layers like a good Bugs Bunny cartoon. And I hope you're not shocked that you enjoyed it. It's like, and I said in this interview not too long ago, it's like I think people There's a couple things. I think people underestimate kids. Kids are a lot smarter than you think they are. And if you can recall how it felt to be a kid and be in a space where you had probably not adult thoughts, but you probably had thoughts or feelings you didn't know what to do with, but you had them. And if you wanted to talk to somebody about it, nobody wanted to hear what you had to say. So it's like, you know, and I feel like there's notes on Leon that kind of speaks to that. So being, I think I want to be true to the hearts of children, and I hope you felt that. Yes, thank you. Sue says Matt loved how messy Leon's room was. Yeah, he's got a dirty room, but if you also notice, Carlos's room is not dirty. It's interesting. Thank you. That was a big winner for a lot of people. Right. And JRD says truth. And not just, hey parents, here's an inappropriate gag that will go right over your kid's head. And another thing that I've seen and I've heard people talk about is that people seem to write adults in kids' books like they're morons or something. And I don't really subscribe to that. I think it's kind of giving the idea of being an adult dealing with kids like it's not. I think that's false to do that. So I think the characters I'm trying to do are complicated enough that you don't have to bog down a kid with what you're doing, but it's just like there's more going on behind the scenes. So all right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. This was fun. I love you all. I don't know where the time's going. If you're watching from other places, if you didn't notice, this is streaming in a couple of places. I put this on my Patreon, but I put it public. As the weeks go on, I'm going to slowly start bringing Coffee Break over to Patreon. I may change the channel it's on. I want Pencil to Pencil, guys. We're so close to 1,000 subs. Can you please help us get to 1,000? I don't know what that looks like or how that works, but Pencil to Pencil every week is A+ content, must see TV. Let's get across that threshold to get to 1,000. Okay. Right. JRD says, yeah, that's what always pissed me off about Nick and Disney shows. Adults were either nowhere or idiots. Got you. All right, Joe's calling it. He's calling the cows in. Good night, sir. Good night to you guys. Suze, tell them, Suze. It's time to go to bed, y'all. This is fantastic. Thank you guys for being in my corner. I can't do this without you. I hope everybody gleaned something from this. Thank you for all the love for Leon. The book just came out. We got to keep going because you know what my new side quest is? New York Times. New York Times bestseller list, and I can't do it without you. Keep pushing. Pause. Keep pushing this book out into the world. We got past the one thing. It's out in the world, but let's keep going. The empire is taking over, and I recommend you leave the city if possible. I'm the administrator of this facility. Thank you guys. Good night, John Boy. Can't stop, won't stop. Thinking of talk about Leon. Yes. Yeah, thank you, JRD. Everyone, review on Amazon and other sites that take reviews. Let's get some reviews up there on Amazon. I saw like last time I looked, I think it was two. Let's get it out there. But don't spoil the book in the reviews, y'all. Don't do what they do in these trailers out here. Don't when they remade Clash of the Titans, why they show the Kraken in the trailer? Pause. Don't show the Kraken. Pause. Spread the word of Leon. Thank you, Sue. All right, you guys. You have your homework. You have your assignment. Thank you so much for being with me tonight. Let's go home. You have been watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. We had a full house tonight. Thank you for all the new eyeballs. Thank you for the interest. It's only going to get more interesting from here. I'm planning on bringing into some kids content into the socials. It's going to be great. I'm not going anywhere, you guys. We got a lot of work to do. Let's push Leon into the New York Times bestseller list. It can happen because you know my motto: nothing is impossible. Thank you all so much. What happened here? Oh, hold on, I didn't do my thing. You were watching Coffee Break with JN with your boy JN. I have many nicknames. Some call me Johnny Carson. That's wild stuff. Philly Donahue, the Black Dusty Roads, and also PM John. Paper doll. What happened here tonight? You got to hang out with the groupies and we chopped it up into a fine dice and watched me drink this coffee and run my mouth. Mm. And now that I'm out of coffee, you know what to tell them. Video over. See you guys next week. Be safe.